Mary Meet, this is Jen with Jenny Demonic. How's it going? We are about to approach the midsummer full moon, and it's a very important one. It's a very powerful one, and we have decided to do a Coven cast summoning Beleth at the graveyard, which I encourage everyone to try because it's not something that's going to be there in 3 months. It's probably going to be there for the next 2 months, and then we'll take it away and with someone Bellet, and I think a lot of you that are watching are not familiar with what Bellet can do for you, and so I would really encourage you to try that. It's pretty cost effective for being a Coven cast. Bellet is an important demon because it is a demon that it's a day demon. It's a demon that has dominion over a number of lesser demons, and it is a very special entity because, well, you can summon Beleth. The way I see Beleth is that you can summon Beleth for things you would not ask any other entity, positive or negative. So for things you would not ask the angels, for things you would not ask other demons, anything that other entities might judge you for, Beleth will not judge you. Beleth is neutral. So Beleth is not good nor bad. He is the most indifferent to human life demon that you can possibly have. When I say that demons are indifferent to human life, and I speak about that in different videos, there are some positive aspects of a demon being indifferent to human life. And one of the aspects is that that entity will not judge you. You can ask just about anything that might not be morally acceptable on this planet according to the society that you live in. Ballet doesn't care. So, I've had people that have come to me and with someone ballet when, for example, they were attracted to their neighbor and their neighbor was married to somebody else that were, that unconventional relationships of some kind. They do very well with ballet because ballet is like, yeah, sure, give it to me. So that's an important aspect of this Coven cast. And if you are in an unconventional relationship, or if you are looking at a person that in an unconventional setting, this might just be the right spell for you. Also, Bellet is very LGBTQ friendly. So we have used the ballet successfully for LGBTQ members. So just something to keep in mind that this Coven cast of the summer is rather powerful. And now we are customizing this because you can just do the basic or you can add the jar so you can add other stuff that we put in there that we bury. This is just an example. And by the way, next time I'm gonna teach you how to do a little breakup jar with these things here that I think you're gonna appreciate. But yeah, you can add a jar. In that case, it would be an obsession jar. And then you can add love herbs. So we have a series of add-ons. That you might want to consider for the summoning of Beleth, or you might just go with the basic. That's just powerful enough. Whichever you deem appropriate. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, and this is important, are some of the questions that are coming through in the last 2 or 3 weeks. You know that whenever we get new clients, we get a set of questions and we also have clients that have been with us for years And they go like, "Oh no, Jen, no, not another Q&A." Well, you should listen to the Q&A. Even though you've been my client, you're watching and you've been my client for like 18 years. But you should listen to the Q&A because we changed some of our policies, and some of the stuff that we say matter to you as well. Although you know exactly how our energy works, and so I understand. But I think there's a Latin says in ancient Latin they used to say repetita iuvant. Repeating things is good for your mind. So stick around. It won't take too long. The first question that I had is for a brand new client. Is we get this batch of new clients, particularly during the summertime. During the summer and during Christmas, we get this batch of new clients. It's always been that way. We don't know why, but here's what a new client said: "Is your spell magic safe? Does it backfire?" So, and I know this is a very basic question, but the answer is yes, it's 100% safe. It does not backfire. We, everything is taken care of for you. This is why, while we give a lot of stuff that you can do on your own, people just prefer to come to us because we're the safety net. We take on the spell casting for you. Okay. Now during the spell casting, you will feel some energy. And typically when we notify you, we let you know, like, oh, for example, you might feel a little bit irritated, you might feel a little bit sleepless, that kind of rattled feeling that you have, that's us. But it kind of like goes on to your surrounding field. It doesn't last long. It's just us kind of like reaching you. So that's something that you should know, that it does happen. Nothing weird, nothing major happens to you other than that. And then that's how we attach the spell to you. But it's perfectly safe. It doesn't backfire. There's no effects of that kind. So go with it. So another question that we got: do you do white magic for kids? Yes, for kids we only do white magic. We have, in fact, had a number of clients on our Coven that either do protection for their kids or protection for the family, protection, healing. We have a lot of clients that are sometimes sick, so we have a thing called custom mass with heal and health that works very well for our clients. We have protection spells for their children. We have a remove the evil eye for the children, to just clean them, to remove their negativity. It's just when you get the notification, it will say in parentheses white, meaning it is for a minor. Okay. Other than that, we don't cast any black stuff on minors. So, but we do white magic for kids to protect them, to remove their negativity, to heal them. But we also do healing spells for adults. Customers with heal and health is one. Ask Karen. Then do you take care of work relationships all the time? So here's one interesting thing that's happening during the COVID time, and I think I told somebody, I forgot who I told this to, but during the COVID years, the 2020, 2021, all we used to get were love spells requests. Like everybody was like, "Oh my God, I cannot see this person," because everybody was on lockdown. All we used to get was love spells, like all the time, like all no breakup, no nothing, just love spells. That was our COVID era, right? Because the economy has shifted and a lot of people find themselves in a little bit of a more difficult situation in the last 2 years. All the spells, the majority of the spells that we do are either money spells, wealth spells, or work spells. So anything that has to do with removing a coworker that's being too sassy with you, or anything that has to do with work environment spells. We do that, and for the most part, we are successful. It does take some time, depending on how how long that person has been at the job. But we do that. We definitely do that. What is needed for spells to? Oh yeah, this is a common question, and I want to be very very clear. What is needed for the spell? Because of privacy issues. There was somebody that raised a privacy issue. So for privacy issue, can I just send the full names? I think the question was that. No, no. I'm sorry. Can I just send the first name? No. I mean, the thing you can, but then you have to take responsibility of the fact that we can't attach to you properly. So, the privacy, we do not disclose anything about your spells, not even in 20 years from now. Doesn't matter who you are or where you are, unless there's a court order. Like if somebody comes to me and says, oh, that person has pewed somebody else, then I am required to testify by law. But other than that, anything that you do with us, stay with us 100%, even in 20 years, even in 25 years. And most of the time, after 3 years, you become inactive and your stuff is deleted. So if you happen to want to redo the spell work with us, you will have to send another email, create another account, etc. So typically after 3 years, if you haven't bought a spell in 3 years, we just forget who you are. Unless somebody comes to me, if that's the police that comes to me and said that person committed a crime, and then I have no choice. But that in 18 years, that only happened once. That's how frequent that is. Anything else, we don't know you. So that's that. But not sending the proper information will definitely not benefit you. That's the thing. And are there spells where only the name is sufficient? For example, in breakup spells, sometimes people don't know the name. And if you're doing the work with me and you're not doing Coven work, then you can go by just saying you have the name of the guy, and for the partner that you don't know the name, you can use current woman or current partner, current girlfriend. We can do that. But at least we have to have the name of one person, full name, date of birth, possibly picture of that one person. So I think it's in your best interest to send you the information that we require. Um, Spell schedule and emails, and this seems to be an issue with somebody that's been buying from us for a while. So when you order with us, we have a processing time, and Erin, who most of you know by now, is the person that processes. We processes between Monday and Friday. Okay, the office is closed on Saturday and Sunday. We cast 7 days a week, 24/7. So it's not uncommon for you to get an order update that your order is being taken care of at 3 a.m. in the morning your time, because at the temple we're always open. But the office that processes the your orders is open between Monday and Friday. We do have a rush casting option now. If you want to have your order bumped up to the same day, we can do that now. But other than that, there's a processing time. Once Erin gets the order, she processes and prepares the order, and then the order goes to scheduling, and the scheduler will send you the dates of the spell. So check your spam folder, because you're supposed to have the dates of the spell. After the dates of the spell, once your spell begins, anytime you will receive one notification between any day during the dates of your spell that your spell is either now being casting if it started in the last 2 hours, or currently being casting if it started more than 2 hours, for more than 2 hours. So that is your notification that the spell is being taken care of. After the last day of casting, if you are old, the reports, pictures, notes, count 1 week after that so that we can read your spell. Sometimes we send an update saying your spell is in reading phase, so you know that we're taking care of it. And then you get the report, so when we send an order update, if you're replying, how long does it take to complete the spell? Please refer to the schedule emails that we sent you. Consistency, yes. Okay, so this is another question that I had. Let me have coffee here. Coffee break. Consistency. So some people throughout the years will have these problems, and so they cast with us. They have one spell, and they see movement. They see something that happens, and then it goes down, and then they wait for the report. And this is something that I have addressed before, but it I personally buy just like many of you for myself. So when I buy something, I see some movement. Say my spell starts on the 1st, and by the 15th, I see some movement. Maybe the target texts me, or maybe I run into him. There's a sort of closeness there's a sort of closeness that wasn't there before I cast. That's the movement. I'm like, okay, so that's cool. I'm not gonna wait for a report or for the spell to be over, because that's probably all that that spell is gonna do. That's the movement. So I'm gonna get another one. Now, if that is financially burdensome for you, I understand. That's why I said there's a lot of resources on our YouTube page. There's a lot of things that you can do on your own on that time. There's also the people. You can we don't hold anyone here. You are welcome. There's a lot of people that says I tried on the casters, but they don't even respond to our emails because we're very communicative, too much, I would say, and other people don't care. You just put an order in. It's probably gonna be a lot cheaper, but good luck hearing from them, right? So please appreciate that we do everything that we can in your case. And after that movement, just know that you need to be consistent, in your spell casting. So if you see movement, or if you don't see movement, then you need to try a different spell. If you see movement with the spell, rebuy that spell and see what happens. I'm not trying to be greedy. I mean, this is a business, but I'm just telling you to explore your options, so that's because inevitably if it goes down, think about this. Think about a breakup spell. That's an example that I've done before. So you buy a breakup spell and these two people start fighting, and maybe they're married. And you see movement, so they're fighting, I hear them next door, and that's something that's actually happened. And then you go like, oh, I don't hear them anymore, because people will try to negotiate. They go like, oh my God, our relationship is really bad. We shouldn't be together, but we have the kids, we have the marriage, we have the finances. Let's give it another try. So that's why you need to keep working so that they go back to that state. And that also goes for the obsession, for the love, for anything. When you, even yourself, when you like somebody, like let's put an example of the obsession spell. When you like somebody, you see that you start liking somebody. Some of you even like fight this and says, oh no, I can't, I can't, maybe it's married to somebody else, I shouldn't do that. That is assigned to keep working. So whether you do it with us, whether you do it because you watch my videos on YouTube, whether you buy another spell with us or with somebody else, just know that you have to keep working. There's no substitute to this, you know. Also consider interferences. You know, some like that we got a love spell, everything was really fine. We got all the way to almost getting married, and then something went wrong. It's not us. It's just there are the people involved. There maybe the parents, maybe the other friends. So maybe there are other factors that is not directly that is impacting the results of your spells other than us, because we brought you there, but something might be interfering. So that is your call to do more work and look into why this is happening. This is why I offer a Zoom consult, so you can meet with me and see what is going on there. And sometimes when that happens, we find that there's, a person interfering, sometimes a parent, sometimes a friend. There are other people involved. We don't live alone on this planet. There are multiple people around us, and they tend to influence us. You have to keep this in mind when we do spell casting, because you're not just casting something on a person that lives in planet Mars. You're casting something on a person that lives on planet Earth with a network around them. So that's something to say. And so this is why I think if you are seeing movement, but then the movement kind of changes, consider a different approach. Consider coming to see me. Consider working actively at what you need to be working on. And I hope this helps you. Remember, Beleth is your special person, because Beleth accepts all types of requests. So that's coming up June 29th. It's cast for 7 nights, ideally 7 nights prior. That's all I have to say today. It's always a pleasure to be here and discuss magic with you. This is Jen with Jenny Demonic. Bye.